Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I have not played this game in a while. It has been quite some time since I last recorded, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's absolutely my fault that I haven't recorded until now. I was gonna record one day, but then I got sick for no apparent reason. Right, we're starting episode 5 of the game today. Hold on, that's a little loud. I need to turn down my own volume. I think I mentioned before, this one is very long. So I thought there was a little cutscene for this. So this episode was not in the original release of this game, I don't think. Rise from the Ashes, when this game was first released on, I think, a Game Boy system, back in, 2001, this episode was not in the game. It was only added in, a re-release, I think, for the DS. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. So, as I've said before, this episode 5 is very long. There's a lot to it. And because of that, I'm probably going to be doing the recording, not necessarily the recording, but, the episodes a bit differently. Each video is probably going to be a little bit longer than usual, because I'm not really going to take a break in the middle of segments. I'm just going to, go through, say, a whole investigation segment. I'm just going to go through all of that and then end the video. So, expect some videos that are longer than the previous ones. That's the only way I can think to do this without ending up dragging this episode out for, 20 more videos, because, trust me, this one's a doozy. It's very long. So, February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., we're at the Wright & Co. Law offices. And yes, it will absolutely suck to, edit and upload videos that are possibly going to be upwards of an hour long, but that's fine. It's what it is. I upload weeks in advance, so I have time. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are. No, it kind of matters who you are. It helps to know who the client is, ma'am. Famous defense attorney, Mia. Do I look like a Mia to you? Also, where have you been for the... It's February, right? Where have you been for the past... Fuck, when was it that Mia died? At least 4 months? Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. Or anywhere, for that matter. If you want to see her, you're gonna have to go to the graveyard. Walk around until you find a headstone that says, Fey on it. Mia Fey, to be specific. So you are... the coffee boy? No, I work here. I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? Yeah, this hair is unmistakable. The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Well, I had a couple more before that, but yeah. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? Wrong. The undefeated defense attorney? Well, first of all, I've only had 4 cases. So, in comparison to other defense attorneys, they've probably won more cases. But yes, I do have a 100% win rate so far. Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But... please, you have to help. It's my sister. Yep, flashbacks to the second episode. Maya? Could it be? They did kind of design her to look a little bit like Maya. Okay, I'll hear you out.
Really? Thank you so much.
You're a bit taller than I remembered. Could just be because my TV screen cuts off a bit of the game screen because it's too small for the aspect ratio of the game.
My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator.
Scientific investigator? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator?
Yep, that's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young?
Young? I'll be 16 years old this year.
Oh, I see.
Wait, only 16?
So she's 15. She said she'll be 16. Whatever, I'm thinking about it too much.
I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less.
So what exactly is your current position then?
Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader.
11th grader? At 16? Okay, actually no, that's not that uncommon. Sorry, I'm still in the mindset of most people at 18 when they graduate. But actually my sister will be 17 when she graduates, because of the year she was born.
And I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. That's the second time you said that.
Great, another future professional in training. The case. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow?
My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. She'd stab him with something else instead.
So it's a murder case.
I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact.
Well, that's... And there's a witness.
Just talk to her. You have to talk to her.
Right. I suppose I will.
I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but...
That's interesting. How would she know Mia? Well, I mean, Mia was pretty... Wasn't she a pretty well-known defense attorney? So, like, she'd probably know a lot of people. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then?
Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know.
Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one.
I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Well,
not all of it can be solely based on science, but science is in there. You know?
Don't you?
Yeah. Sure can't fault her for lack of enthusiasm.
This case is handled scientifically. I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared.
Your sister?
I've been doing research, you know. Hasn't she already mentioned her sister, Phoenix? Why are you surprised?
Your sister? Wait, this is like the 500th time she's mentioned her sister.
I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done.
Looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Or keep talking to her. Because there's one more dialogue option.
My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school.
So they went to the same school, huh?
She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney.
Well, it sounds like she's anticipated you'd be in some legal trouble.
And, well, I need one.
Incidentally, Mia is a woman?
Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's.
Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Did I, say something I shouldn't have?
Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kinda hate her.
Huh?
But she's my only family.
Your only family? What about your parents?
They died in a car accident when I was little.
Oh. I'm sorry. Bit of a thing to just throw out there. Can I present anything? I'm gonna present my attorney's badge. See this? It's my attorney's badge.
Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before.
You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Sorry, I had to scratch my leg. Felt like something was... I thought it was like a bug or something, but it's actually just my leg here.
Its composition is mostly silver, gold plating is flaking a bit.
She analyzed it. scientifically. Well, no, just with her eyes.
There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it.
Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Foreshadow it? No. No, he doesn't sell his attorney's badge. To the detention center, I suppose. February 2nd, detention center, visitor's room. Wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this here, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about?
Hi, Lana.
Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing?
Look. I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney.
I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. Sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Got an awful lot of badges there. 2 sisters, 1 a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? I'm just having a breakdown of the psychological nature. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I just need to talk to a therapist is all. There's something you should know from the start, which is the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh?
Wait, but the suspect is...
Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? Your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot. Caught red-handed, as it were. I bet your hands were red from all the blood that you, got everywhere from, stabbing that man with a knife. I don't know where I was going with that. I thought I was being funny, but it actually just wasn't funny. Oh, that's just great. The victim? So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective.
A detective?
Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh.
What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean?
Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Yikes. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. It's an awfully large nutshell. That's an awfully hot coffee... I'm sorry. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Well, I have only been a defense attorney for... less than a year. Maybe 6 months at the most. You know? Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't.
Lana? What happened to your hand?
Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is.
Huh?
I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Well, look for evidence, my guy! Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she?
Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office.
Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. Well, that doesn't sound like you're speaking very well of my, former mentor. That doesn't sound like a good thing to say about someone. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Pardon? Excuse me?
Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school.
Are we? It's a weird way to phrase it. That's all I'm saying. I was the best there was. Oh.
I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way.
Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, hey, don't be mean to Emma. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. Well, just because the suspect confesses doesn't necessarily mean it's a truthful confession. Because sometimes they'd, be advised to just admit to a crime they didn't commit to, get a lesser sentence or something like that. You know, plea deals and whatnot. Although I don't think a plea deal is what's going on here. I don't think she's pleading to a lesser crime. She's just pleading to the crime. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. I beg to differ. But Lana, if I didn't take this case, episode 5 would not be nearly as long as it is.
Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself.
Yikes. Can you guys maybe do this sometime when I'm not around?
I know you didn't do it, Lana, I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana.
That's a bit harsh. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. You're right. It is ended. I'm taking your case. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. Oh, there's 4,000 different layers to this one, buddy. And I'm going to find out what. When I say this is a long episode, I'm not kidding.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Huh? About what?
My sister. She's not always like that, you know.
I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again.
She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her.
I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Well, don't be rude. It's a good thing Phoenix knows what's best left in his thoughts rather than spoken out loud. What happened to her?
I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not.
Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. I mean, science is far from simple. I would know. I took physics one year. Didn't understand a lick of it. Somehow passed that class. With an A or something. I don't know. I retained none of the information I learned in my physics class except to forget air resistance. That's all I remember. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we?
Okay.
Alright, so... to the underground parking lot, I suppose. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So this is the lot where it all happened? Sorry, I had to burp there for a second.
Looks like they're still investigating.
Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this.
Hey everyone, keep up the good work!
Hey, what are you thinking?
Well, they are going to be my coworkers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello.
Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? But is it illegal for attorneys to examine crime scenes? Actually, genuine question there. Like, are attorneys just straight up not allowed at the crime scenes? Like, not even the prosecutors? Because, like, crime detective shows only ever show, like, the detectives. You know, you never have the attorneys showing up to the crime scene. Well, actually, maybe you do. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert. I took 1 year of criminal law. Learned some things. Somehow learned more about civil law than I did about criminal law. So I don't know what was up with that class. I'm not sure the teacher knew what kind of law he was supposed to be teaching, but it's fine. Already said that. Hey there. Expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Oh, you. I love this dude. What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner.
And Mr. Marshall.
I'm not sure that's the best way to be shaving. Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Is there a difference? I'm gonna make myself sound really dumb as like, is there a difference? Looky here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? I don't think they dream. They don't have nervous systems. What's this guy talking about? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Is that alcohol? Sir, that flask better be filled with nothing but water and or fruit punch. I don't think you should be drinking alcohol on the job. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Well, that was eventful. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours?
Kinda, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective.
Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Okay, so I slide. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do some examining here, and there's gonna be a lot of it.
Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice.
You could see the whole parking lot from in there.
It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe?
Emma. Emma, please. Huh?
Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later.
No. It's the security booth. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security card off. I've been awake for like 30 minutes. I think that's probably just a security guard office. I need to stop recording before I have breakfast.
You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day.
Apparently you're not very good at, like, English comprehension. But they don't have a test for common sense. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Can I look at that light? Can I look at these buttons? Can I look at the door?
And this is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose?
Aha, the theory of relativity.
I'm not sure, unless it's wide enough to fit 2 cars at once, I'm not sure I'm not sure that would be a good idea to have the entrance and exit to a parking lot be the same door. What?
I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British?
You mean Einstein? I think he was... Hang on, now I'm curious. Now I need to look this up. Where was Albert Einstein from? Was he German? Albert Einstein. Yeah, he was German born. He was born in Germany. So yeah, he was not British. I think he moved to Britain, because I believe he was Jewish. And as everyone should know, there was a time when Germany was, how do I say this, very much less than ideal for Jewish people. So, he wasn't British, but I think he lived there for a time, but he was German born. Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? I think she meant Albert Einstein. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure Einstein was the theory of relativity guy.
Look, a door. This must mean something.
I'm not sure that doors mean anything. They're just doors.
No, it won't open a mysterious lock.
It just means we don't have the key? I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, we need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? In case you've forgotten, I have a client who has already confessed to the crime. So forgive me if I'm not overly enthusiastic. What's this, a wallet? Excuse me, officer.
Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Maybe one of the detectives dropped the wallet. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket.
How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Yeah, Emma, what if this wallet belongs to one of the policemen over there? Huh? Then we're just stealing their money. Seems to be something inside. Well, then look at it.
I'm called to duty already at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay?
The way her eyes are sparkling, I can tell she's been waiting for this.
Okay, now look at the court record.
Okay, buddy. Oh, it's doing that automatically. I didn't have a choice. Right. Yeah, this is... It becomes clear that this episode was added in, like, a different release of the game, because this didn't happen in any other case.
You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle.
That would have been helpful in episode 2. Having the ability to examine evidence from every angle would have saved Phoenix a lot of trouble in the Turnabout Sisters trial. And I think everyone should know why, because Mia's ghost had to come down from the afterlife and tell his dumbass to flip over a piece of paper. Would have been real helpful if he could have done this sooner.
Oh, look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of the A button.
Okay. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189.
See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful?
I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Well, you see, you're looking at it with your eyes. And the eyes are science. Everyone knows that. I haven't really got to do anything.
Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
Guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Okay, I did say there was something to... God, this is weird. Okay, okay, fine. Name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. Yep.
I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs.
What else would they use?
Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place.
True.
Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID Yabadab.
Maybe that's why they don't use letters. Because some people would end up with really funny and embarrassing IDs.
See, wouldn't that be better?
Yabadab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it.
Exactly my point.
It doesn't take much to amuse her. Nothing else to look at here. I can't examine this gentleman's face. Alright, okay, well, back to examining everything.
Aha! A ladder.
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Look at the basic nature thing. Weren't you the one who was just like, I wonder what this closed and locked door could mean? It means it's closed and we don't have the key to unlock it. Ma'am. Can I look at that? No, nothing there to look at. Can I look at this phone?
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Or you just didn't dial a number. Yeah, look at this now.
This wall is in our way.
It's got a faucet for water.
Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank.
Or there's pipes in the wall. I fail to see what makes any difference either way. I don't think it's a water tank. I think there's just pipes in the wall. Can I open these barrels? An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over here is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout.
I think you'll probably just get arrested. Yeah. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious.
You would be if you were hiding in an oil drum at a crime scene. Please think about things for a moment or two. Hey.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. Ow. Sorry, scratched my head a little too hard. I wonder what this is.
It's a sign. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. And what are you gonna do about it?
The sheriff.
Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. You don't have a bullet, because this game's setting is a weird hybrid of Japan and Los Angeles. And they don't have guns in Japan. I think. I'm pretty sure they don't really have guns in Japan.
God, scary.
Not really.
Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car?
And stop drinking on the job. Well, little Philly's got good nose on her. You wanna know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh?
Please?
No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. What is vittles? Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prosecutor's prospector's office. Might just find you a Cerveza you like. Prospector's office?
Where does this guy think he is?
And when, for that matter? That's a good question. Sir, you're a walking anachronism.
Note to self, look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza.
Maybe we should check out room 1202. The High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great.
Great. Maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out.
Excuse me? Were you two all set?
Us?
Shit! She's kinda cute. What's this? She couldn't be.
You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello. Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir?
Yes?
Some crunchy goodness coming at you.
Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. You're not gonna charge us for this, are you?
This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passersby. Where are you officers?
Close enough.
No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough up queen are over.
Cough up? Huh?
You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say.
Oh, she's the witness, right?
Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you?
I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? You didn't pick up on that already? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. Yeah. In case we needed to flash back to that.
You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about?
Please, Kaffa Queen, tell us what happened.
The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it.
That's a very wild name. Before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Please do. Yes, ma'am. She means it. Yeah, of course she does. The case.
Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen.
Sure you did.
Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon.
Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason?
You're a defense attorney, right? You should know, then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity.
What are you going on about?
Evil ones?
Are you seeing spirits? Do I need to call an ambulance?
Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce.
So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was gonna make some kind of joke about anime conventions or whatever, but what I actually ended up doing was spacing out for 4 seconds at random. It just further solidifies what I said earlier, which is that I shouldn't record before I eat.
I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul.
That is a crime. First of all, that would have been a crime.
Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen.
Cause you make people cough up blood? Is that what you're saying?
Ew.
Yeah, I'm still unclear what you mean by that.
The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all.
Well, he's not the one who ended up arrested.
Really?
Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. Alright, what you witnessed? So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr?
It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end.
If the knife flashed, I'm pretty sure that was just light reflecting off of the blade.
It was truly a sight to see.
You mean you saw the very moment of the crime?
The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears.
Just realized I probably need to move my laptop to the side, because it's getting very warm. So, allow me to do that. Let me check to make sure the fence is actually not covered. Yeah, there we go.
And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife.
Wait a second. You know Lana Skye?
Of course. It's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor.
Ugh.
How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light.
Why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name?
Oy. Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here.
Why not make the lunches here rather than import them?
Did you say something?
No.
Only true connoisseurs can understand.
The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. Trilobite?
Never mind, you win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor.
Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office.
Your boyfriend?
See the security room over there?
The glass-walled booth that Emma said was a cafe for some reason? Even though it says security plainly written on the glass?
I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him.
Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance.
So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis. Not.
Alrighty.
Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility.
Hostility? Huh, perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kinda like 10-day-old clams in the chowder.
I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past? I mean, if she's just going around selling lunches at places she shouldn't be selling lunches, that's entirely possible.
That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're a talking kaffa queen.
I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, Hi.
A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox?
That's just pickles.
Wow, it's really crunchy.
A box of pickles? Kind of a side lunch if you ask me. Yeah, that's just pickles. Know anything about this detective? About this card?
Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else.
No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective.
And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective.
That doesn't make sense. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Because you are. You are being mocked. Alright, okay. Well, I guess I have to move now, because the marshal will not allow me to look at anything there. High Prosecutor's Office. February 22nd. High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. I wonder who this room could belong to.
This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really.
Thanks. Thanks, that means a lot.
Look, there's a trophy or something here.
A trophy? What, that shield?
It takes real nerve to display stuff like this.
I mean, they did just leave it on the couch.
Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk.
Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying at other people's business, do you? That voice! That handsome face! Long time no see, Edgeworth!
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth!
You know him from somewhere? I mean, who doesn't?
Of course, I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once, and...
Right. Your sister is the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk.
No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here.
Hey, don't blame me.
We're just here to investigate a murder case.
Murder? I murdered someone once. No. It was actually proven that he did not murder anyone.
A body was found in this nasty, bright red sports car in the parking lot.
That would be my car. What of it? That's a new sprite for Edgeworth.
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Which I am not going to do because there's other people in this house and I don't need to... Hold on, there's an eyelash in my eye and it's very uncomfortable. Problem solved, I think? How is it going? So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, right? You think I did it, don't you? No. No, I don't. After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less.
No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir, I'm a Sky. It's nice to meet you again.
Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember you've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand... Wait, what did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor. The top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow.
You? Mr. Edgeworth.
Yikes! That's a yikes. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? What rumors? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Ah, right. All of those. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy! Just because the body was found in the back of your car? And Actually, now that I say it out loud, that does... I just noticed that plant holder in the background that has a fucking cravat. The plant has a cravat. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop.
But
Some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case.
that's right, I remember.
2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Well, who's, not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. Why do you have a knife?
What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon?
To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. How did she get into the trunk of your car? The murder weapon usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. Traces of victim's blood. No prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't he take a joke? It's... Phoenix, now's... Someone's dead, Phoenix. Someone's dead. A man has died? Someone's dead. You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Yeah, exactly. In case you forgot, Phoenix, someone has been murdered. Now's not a great time for jokes. Can I examine things? God, there's a lot to look at.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this. Yeah, you're going a little overboard, Emma. Look at the couch.
Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa.
Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap.
I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow.
I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working.
I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases on his cheek from the seams. He's so cool.
Your sofa hair is cool? Emma, you're being a little weird. Maybe calm down a little. I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
Be careful with the number of Ks there. It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's...
K stands for King?
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Go off, King. I didn't design the thing.
King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better.
Edgeworth King Prosecutors put the PD on the day of the murder. Oh, apparently so smooth to look at.
So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh?
Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors.
Congratulations!
King of Prosecutors. Please stop saying that. And it still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? You can ask him about it? Apparently not. I'd probably present the shield to him.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Oh, God. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy.
Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
No, he's... I get the feeling Edgeworth, isn't into ladies, if you catch my drift. Ugh, don't remind me. I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk, easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you.
Ah, chessboard. Hey, a chessboard!
I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like Blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn.
Does Blue only have a pawn left? Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges. Surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. That's not a... Blue would have already lost by that point. If all they have left is a pawn.
Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights.
He must have someone get them for him.
Ah, there's Gumshoe again. Are we gonna see Gumshoe? Please, I want to see Gumshoe. I miss Gumshoe. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool.
You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Don't make fun of him. Oh, tea set.
Ooh, cute. What a pretty tea set.
I go more for the instant tea bags myself.
Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction.
Such a thing has taken a hobby too far. What, tea? No such thing as taking tea too far.
Whoa, what a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor.
I guess you would feel important.
Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it, approximately 3.23 seconds.
That's handy to know. Would it be? I feel like it would probably be more than that. What do I know? I need to talk about. I think I can present this. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh? Why's that?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah.
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
He doesn't seem too concerned about its award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday?
Okay. Day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal.
Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got that shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Ah, parking ticket. Not a parking ticket. A parking ticket is something you get for parking somewhere you shouldn't. Parking stub. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12 p.m. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. Only 3 minutes later.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct the suspicious glare elsewhere. Excuse me, is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth, what is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What, did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir! No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid is not very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir! They told me to bring this to you! I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. God, I hate this guy. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. Hang on. Just need a brief moment to manage things. Oh, God. And good luck with that raise next month. Oh, but sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day that gave out brains and good luck. Wow! Wow, dude, that is mean. That is mean. Good lord. Call the police. I think I just witnessed a murder. Right? Yes, sir. You caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Oh, let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Okay, well. To the police department. Hi. Bye. Oh, God. Hang on. I'm trying to move my laptop again, but my cord got stuck or something. There we go. Problem solved. February 22nd, police department entrance. I haven't been here before. I've been inside the police department, but never on the outside. You know, I just teleported to the interior.
Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. I took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Oh, right, yeah, I've only... Guess I haven't been here. Hold on, what's that? I don't... like...
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Undulate?
Is undulate the word you're looking for? I don't think undulate is what you're looking to say, Emma. Undulate. Move or go with a smooth up and down motion. Okay, maybe undulate is the word she's looking for. But why did you have to say undulate? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police.
I am a defense attorney.
Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What, well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. There's our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Uh-huh. Sure. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, now come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like fate. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into the criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is their chief of detectives. And I'm not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall.
Now that I think about it, I did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. I mean, Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in the criminal affairs?
Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Bruce Goodman. I'm sure he was a good man. That's not funny. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
At the crime scene? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lon is confessing as much. Can I present the knife? Finding Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. King Prosecutor's Trophy? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Am I just lugging this around with me? Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Same thing. Ah, okay. Edgeworth's troubles. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah, right. Have you already forgotten 2 months ago? A lot happened for poor Edgeworth. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there are always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Look at my badge. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said.
I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice.
Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found a detective's card, didn't I? I already presented that. What else did okay. Maybe I'll go back and examine.
I always get excited when I come to a police station.
Why is that?
It just feels like I've jumped into a movie.
Huh?
You know, with all the police and criminals.
Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting.
Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust.
Or they're just talking about stuff. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Well, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried.
I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes.
They make a good pair. Do they now? The detectives in there look pretty busy.
Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action.
Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Did you forget they're working on gathering evidence against your sister? Usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911.
You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human.
She has a point.
I was wondering about that.
What, the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. You made that? You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops.
A work of art, quote unquote. Don't be mean. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. He's some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? Straight from the 19th century? Nah, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Roll in this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. To investigate the crime scene. What's crossed out there? I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just think that he's supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. That actually is kind of true. The thing didn't have a check mark on it, so I wasn't sure if there was still more to see. It looks like it's just the same thing. Okay. Well, alright. Move. Back to the parking lot, I guess. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. See my dreams tonight then, baby.
Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard? Look, maybe she has multiple boyfriends. Maybe they're all in a happy polyamorous relationship together. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Doggy? I don't know. Jack Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. You don't say.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime. A cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest?
There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime. A cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. Me, I'll watch over them as they sleep. Right, okay. Yep. Alright, okay. What's this say?
Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out.
Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe.
Let's see. Annual bonus, $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing.
No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case.
Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator.
Anything else to look at? No? Okay. Also realize I have not been examining things. Miles Edgeworth, 1712, aka 5:12 p.m. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
Just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light.
How do we know he ran a yellow light? Sorry, I'm going through and examining the evidence because I realized I hadn't been doing that.
Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here.
Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor.
He's in jail now. He got arrested.
I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
No, you wouldn't. Trust me, I have. You would not like it. She says that his name does have kind of a ring to it. Trust me, Emma, you do not want to meet Von Karma. He's very irritating. I guess we can check the knife. Looks like some tomato sauce.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway?
Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman.
Now there's a scary thought. Wouldn't the... Maybe I'm getting too technical about this, but wouldn't the blood have turned brown by now? Eh, whatever, it's probably fine. Right, so present this. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I'll warn you, fan letters to me go right in this platoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. You holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
That's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me...
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. You're weird. Manifest destiny, let's have a hootenanny.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling land.
No, they're not.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Well, not always. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. Was stabbed to the chest, a fine piece of work. This is the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So how do we know he actually died at 5:15?
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot?
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Okay. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Maybe they're just like, he used to be a detective, that's good enough. Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambino? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief police. Just, you don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Bruce Goodman, 36 male, date and time of death. February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Sorry, I had a weird feeling for a second. Please tell me this is going to be over soon. Okay, so getting examined. Let's go here. Get something.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are relegated to B block.
I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. What's this? This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, absolutely. Alright, let's check it out. You don't have to... Just let me do it. Okay, well... Power button?
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
I'm not even 10 years older than you. But okay, whatever, let's check this phone out. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button.
That's a bopping ringtone. Hey, that's a song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that... Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Someone's called me at 5:18 on the day of the murder. So it's 3 minutes later. Ah, well, there's not a chalk outline, but an outline.
This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
You're right. Let's see. 67S122.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted.
The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
And that would be Edgeworth.
Quite a luxury car, and just screams I have money to burn.
I'm sure he does. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. B block's through there. That's where visitors park.
I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance.
Yeah, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak.
Doesn't this strike you as a little creepy?
Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Anything else to look at? Okay, so it's not gonna let me rotate. See, I don't know if I can, because, as I mentioned before, I've played this game before, and I have also played episode 5 before, so I'm not sure if pointing out what I'm thinking would be a spoiler or not. It wouldn't be a major spoiler, I don't think, but I do wish, yeah, I'm not gonna, just to try to avoid spoilers, I'm not gonna say anything. Better safe than sorry. Now what? Apparently there's something else I can talk to Marshall about.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambino. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall!
Yeah, Bambino?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambino. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here. But who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth?
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
Not well! I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and his cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we'll be fine.
Oh, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yeah?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? A popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. Oh, Lana called Emma. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. That's call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day. The detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Yeah, no, of course you don't. There's 3 days of the trial, baby! There's a lot more to go. Okay, to be continued, finally, okay. I'm going to end this episode here. I think I'm going to record one more, because we're going into trial now. But after that, I'm going to stop recording for now, because these episodes are long. So, I will see you next time. Yeah.